Hey everyone, welcome and thank you for being here. Today is Wednesday, November 25th, and I'm going to keep that date in mind, December 25th, because it's very important for some reason. Um, I know Christmas is right then, but there's something else going on with that. We'll get to that, but I wanted to come to you all today. I feel led because I woke up feeling someone's pain, someone's anguish. Someone is needing healing, as we all do. But this is something that I feel needs to be sort of addressed through from spirit to you. Now, most of us are experiencing a bit of, um, stress now and then, and some things surrounding this whole pandemic and whatever it is you're going through. And I do feel that for some of you, it's really huge right now in regards to finances and money. So, this message that will come through from Spirit is specifically for um, comfort, for healing, for strength, for guidance, and love. Okay? So, please take a moment with me. Put your hands over your heart, feel your heart beat. Slow down for a minute with your thoughts. Don't force them to go away, but listen to your heart beat. Feel it. And know that you are here for a reason. And so we humbly ask Spirit to come through. And we ask for protection from Archangel Michael while we do this message, this reading, while Spirit brings forth something very powerful for you today, whoever this is for. And I'm going to say all of us, because in some way, shape, or form, we all have something. So I want to say thank you to Spirit now and Archangel Michael and whoever else comes in to support us this day, and to allow ourselves a minute to clear out some energy that is lingering. I see sort of this gnat or little bugs in the summertime when they come at you and they go for your eye. They go for your eyes or whatever, and you shoo them away, but they come back and they come back and they come back, and it's a nuisance, it's a pain, it makes you want to just go back inside. So what I feel very strongly here is Spirit is saying, whatever it is that's been nagging at you, you can run and you can hide. You can go back into the comfort of your home or wherever that shelter is that you feel safe or that you know. But those gnats are still going to be there, right? They're going to be there if you allow them to be there. And I feel like with the changing of the season, the closing of the old, much like in cooler weather when gnats can't survive in the cool weather, they go away, right? It's like, let me see if I can explain this. I don't want to mess this up, so let me just take a moment to let Spirit come through and do this. So I want to share a vision with you. I've shared this with a couple people that I'm really close to, my daughter and a friend of mine. So yesterday I had a vision that there was a long corridor with doors on each side. And I've had something similar before, but this was a little different. So on each side was doors, and it was all dark. The corridor was dark. The doors were shut and I was hearing they're locked. There's no more re-entry into these. And I was feeling Archangel Michael right there, sort of 2 steps in front of me, but facing me. And he was saying, you've got this. We've got this. You're not alone. And this vision that I had was these doors that were closed and locked. He said these were soul agreements. These were past karmic things that had to end. And as I look around in this vision, I see a light, a door at the end of the corridor, a bright light, very bright, very mesmerizing. But as he's leading me down this corridor and I'm seeing all these doors that are locked. In this visual, in this vision, there was a sense of a little bit of fear to go into the unknown and leave behind things that are no more. But he said, you can't stay behind. You can't re-enter these doors. They weren't meant to go on any further because they're part of your past. I felt some pain. I felt some sorrow, some things like that. And he said, those don't belong with you now. This door is beckoning. Come forward into this light. And for an instant, I felt as if, it was a feeling of, am I leaving my body? Am I leaving this plane? Am I going to the light? And Archangel Michael said, that's not it. That's not it. It's, but you are in a sense leaving behind, like a butterfly what's that word? Morphing, a metamorphosis into something far better. You can't re-enter those doors because some of them are toxic. Some of them are just the timeline on those places, people, or things expired in your energetic path. And he said, it's all silent. It's all dark. And so I was getting a feeling of cutting out the chaos and moving forward into something better. And I was feeling, I was feeling the presence of assistance, guidance, Archangel Michael being the number one right there, sword and shield. And he said, you have nothing to fear, you're protected. And as I moved closer to this doorway with the light on, full bright, he said, this is divine. It's divine intervention. It's everything divine. It's divine timing. It's divine protection. It's divine supremacy. It's divine love. It's sort of like going through, this is the sense that I got. When you're at an airport or someplace and you have to go through a metal detector and they have to x-ray and make sure that there's nothing harmful that you're carrying with you before you get on the plane. And he said, this light is cleansing. It's healing. It's newness. Nothing can hold you back when fate is here. And the noise and the chaos from all of those rooms that were once open but are now locked is gone. You're being led into something beautiful and new for you in this time, in this timeline. leaving behind the old, shedding those layers, finally moving into the light. I could feel so many emotions, but what I felt mostly was support. And as I was heading towards this door, I was seeing an outline of energetic beings of support, angels mostly, but I was seeing people that had gone on, loved ones, ancestors. And I was seeing them waiting to greet whoever walks through that door. And as I tell you this, my heart is so full of love and warmth, because I feel that when you think of Mother Mary and that love, Mother Teresa, that unconditional love, I felt that so much, and I feel it now, because Archangel Michael said, and he says to you, take my hand. And by the way, I want to mention that I feel in my readings, a lot of times I feel there's always an ascended master that's there too, because they're here to teach us and to guide us and to love us through our transitions. And so in this case, I feel Master Jesus, and the healer of the ages is what I hear. And so he's here to greet you as well and to say, I understand. I was human too. I get it. No judgment here. And as I moved towards that light, closer and closer, I just felt an overwhelming sense of a breakthrough. For some of you, you haven't been able to break through that brick wall, whatever it is that you've had that has held you back, that has kept you stuck in sadness and sorrow and hate, resentment, whatever. Those doors are locked. Some of you, whoever this applies to, we're all on different timelines, but listen, whoever this applies to, there's going to be a turnaround, a shift. And you're going to realize and know something so powerful about forgiveness. You're going to heal in regards to a lot of things, but I feel like forgiveness is huge. That beautiful divine light that comes down to wash away all that has been hidden or stuck, locked away behind those doors that you can't re-enter. Perspectives. I feel like I see these doors like, what was that game show that had door number 1, door number 2, door number 3? I don't know. But I feel like in those doors, there were different things that you went through, different things that have to end. Flawed perspectives, toxic relationships. It's just divine timing on some things that had to come to an end, like a job maybe, or something like that. They can't be re-entered. Once this transition takes place and you feel the beautiful blessings that are here for you, the guidance, the love, the intervention from the divine creator, from your guides, you won't look back. You will move forward with grace. You will move forward with self-respect like you've never had before. And it doesn't have to be the kind of self-respect where you're a badass, kicking ass along the way. And I suppose that some of you might, but in a graceful way, in a good way. I've been feeling the energy of the Empress energy. If you guys are familiar with tarot at all, or that energy to me is I call that energy also maybe something like Joan of Arc energy, that went forward despite the fear going into battle. She knew God had her back. She did what God asked. And so this divine light is here beckoning you to not fight, not fighting, like going with the flow instead of trying to swim upstream. And so this divine light is here for you, reaching out, beckoning you to just give up trying to go backwards. Don't surrender to the doors that are closed and locked, and move forward, and to have faith, because you may not know what's ahead for you, but that's okay. Because when you're in that divine light, you are protected. And something will come through for you in divine timing. Okay? I needed to say that. I don't know. I feel like Spirit. I feel like Archangel Michael. I feel like Master Jesus is here. And Kuan Yin, if you're familiar with Kuan Yin, she was an ascended master as well. She is an ascended master. She was a beautiful, almost like Mother Teresa, but she was a beautiful, loving, unconditional love. I believe she was an earth angel. And she's here to show us love. And so I'm going to do some cards today. And I'm going to do this message from Spirit until Spirit is done. So bear with me. And whatever emotions come from what was just said, let them be. I am a firm believer in whatever comes up in regards to emotions. It's something that it's because it's something that has to be shaken up and released. It's trying to show you this has to be let go of now. So Kuan Yin is here as well, paired with Jesus and Archangel Michael, to bring in love and healing, forgiveness. And as you know, forgiveness isn't always about approving of or accepting of someone's actions that hurt you, but it's more about letting that event or circumstance go, letting yourself move past it. And the only way you can do that is through love, self-love, God's love. That unconditional love and support from your guides. This room that I saw with this huge, beautiful light, it was almost as if I feel like it's sort of a sanctuary, your own sanctuary within yourself that has always been there but wasn't bright before, because all those doors were half open or open in the darkness and the toxicity. Now fate has stepped in. So I'm going to, on the guidance of Spirit, do a few cards for you. I was called to this deck here, the Akashic Akashic Tarot deck, okay? So I'm going to do a few cards for advice. And thank you for being here, and thank you for listening to that vision that I had, about the vision that I had. I have a lot of them, guys. I don't share them with you always because I have held back sometimes on things that I probably should have shared with you, but I wasn't ready because I wasn't feeling as if I could totally be who I am and share all of my gifts. But I'm turning over, the wheel is turning in the direction of complete honesty and truth with that. I don't know why I held back. Maybe I was insecure. Maybe I thought some of you would turn away and, whatever it is. But I have to be real. I have to be who I am. And if I have visions, I'm going to share them. Let's find out from Spirit. Okay. Interesting how this card, number 10, popped up because 10 is completion. 10 is those closed doors down that dark corridor that you can't go back into. You can't. This is the light of the world, okay? No more darkness. Yeah, we're human and we're going to have things stumble, little things that we stumble upon that aren't pleasant, but this is saying here, Spirit is saying, don't you know that you're the light of the world? The light in this room, to see what I'm saying? I said that light in that room is like your inner light, your sanctuary that's coming into full brightness, rags to riches, so to speak. And so what Spirit is saying, you are the light of the world. Allow that light now to penetrate, to be a beacon for you, within you. And let your light shine now. Come forward in all of your strength, your beauty, your wisdom, learning from an experience that is locked away now behind those closed doors because it no longer serves you. Let it be. Let it come into full divineness for you. I have to say that when I listen to other readers sometimes, and they're gifted beyond belief, trust me, but sometimes I have to wonder and think to myself, is it really necessary to tell people some harsh truths that may or may not apply to them? And it gets me down because I am here to be a messenger. I'm here to promote love, self-love, and love in general. So when I hear messages like that, it gets me in the heart because I know that all of us are going through these times right now with the pandemic that are not so pleasant, guys. But I feel like this message here, this number 10, this completion, moving away from all of that other stuff, ending the karmic timelines and starting new. This light, you are the light of the world. Some of you are going to be called into something that you are really, truly meant to do, okay? And whether it's career, whether it's, I'm hearing Bible, so maybe some of you have been studying religion. So I feel like maybe some of you are being called to be a clergy, a minister, whatever it is, whatever religion you have. But I feel like it's spiritual. Something very spiritual is happening with you. So whatever pain you're going through, whatever distress you're going through, know that something better is in that light for you. Okay? Now, I want to point out that when I picked up these stones to include in this reading here, when I picked them out of my stone collection, I noticed that there was a lot of green. Green promotes healing. Green is healing. And the rose quartz for love. So it's interesting how this message goes with that. in that, the clarity here, this is like clear quartz. So in that room with the light, there's nothing that can be hidden. You're heading into a beautiful truth, and it's bright, it's unmistakable. Clarity of belief, that's what I believe. So some of you are being called to share your gift with the world. To be in some of you maybe a leadership position. Maybe some of you are going to be in public speakers, or somehow in front of a camera, or some of you are going to be messengers or healers, or healing with your hand, whatever it is. This light is right there. I don't think it's coming. I think it's there. For some of you, I think I feel that you feel an end to something. And I feel like some of you feel like you're floating, kind of just floating, like kind of in between something. And Archangel Michael says it's okay. You kind of are, but it's okay. It's okay. Because something so much better is coming for you. Because you're that light. And this lapis, I think this is lapis lazuli, is a very comforting stone. So intermingled here with the healing stone, the rose quartz for love, the clear quartz, here's the lapis lazuli here to bring us comfort, peace, to calm those nerves. I recommend highly that you find a healing stone. You can order them on Amazon. You can go to a shop somewhere that is metaphysical, whatever, but these are amazing stones. Rose quartz, they're all great. But this one here I wanted to point out because it stood out. It's really important to have this stone with you. By your bed, wear it on you, whatever, however you want to have it next to you. Okay? It's very, very soothing and healing. What else? What other advice do you have? Or angels? And I feel archangels here too. They're very powerful, guys. All the angels are powerful, but archangels are sort of like, almost like God's right hand. Helpers, healers, educators, supporters, protectors. Okay? Whatever was unbalanced is behind those closed doors. And if you are called to do something spiritual, to be a healer, to help heal others, those doors that held imbalance or toxicity are closed. You're being led into something, coming into balance, feeling. I feel like this is Libran energy coming into, because Libras are very, air signs, mostly Libras, are very much about balance, because love has to be, how do I say this? Love has to be the priority. And you can't have imbalance. You can't have resentment, hate. All those things don't go with love. You can't have them. It's like they can't be in the same room. There's just no way. No way. So balance is coming in. And it's bringing you to a new place, a new outlook, a new perspective, a new everything. Okay? So just know internally, spiritually, energetically, you're coming into this much needed balance. For some of you, I feel like, you see this stack of papers here wrapped in a ribbon? These are messages. This is wisdom. This is information coming in for you to bring you into balance. It could be messages from your guides. It could be dreams with loved ones coming in to guide you. Could be visions. This could be an actual tangible message from someone triggering balance within you. Let me ask if I feel like we're winding down on the message. I know we're 30 minutes in. Okay. I normally don't look at the book, but there's something about this picture here, this card here, okay? I'm feeling a couple things with this, but I want to just confirm in the book. I'm pretty sure I know what this is, because I'm not familiar with this card, guys. Let me just bear with me a sec while I find that. Okay. So I'm going to read it, and it might apply to some of you. I normally don't read these. I go by my intuitive, but what I feel here, I feel like this is somebody who has been sort of ignoring messages and information coming in and sort of just saying, I'm not looking at it, I'm not hearing it, because I don't want to deal with it. That's just my imagination, it's just my fear. And this person next to her with this scroll, it's a blank scroll. He's saying to her, we can't begin this new chapter and write our new story until you open your eyes, until you look at whatever it is that's being brought to you, and you open your arms to receive this message, whatever it is for you, whatever you've been pushing away. It keeps coming back like that gnat because you have to deal with it. And this light in this corridor, with all the darkness around it, is waiting for you to open up to receive whatever it is. This priest here with this scroll, I feel like he is the divine intervening, saying, time waits no more. It's time for a new chapter. Let's write this thing together, okay? And so she's I feel like this person here has been sort of on a stage, so to speak, in front of an audience, a captive audience, promoting a character that really wasn't her. It was a character that she perceived to be, but was never really facing or accepting who she really is. Okay? So, okay. So here, I'm going to read you the description. The priestess of Delphi sits upon a high seat as steam gently rises from a small fissure in the ground. And then nearby, a robed priest prepares to write upon an open scroll, while the priestess receives the perceptions from, this says Apollo. It is the priest who interprets her pronouncements, okay? So it looks like she hasn't really heard everything that she needed to hear because she wasn't open to it. But the priest comes in to interpret the message for her. This is what you need to know. This is the guidance that I'm giving you. It's time now. Time has run out. You have no more choice, but you have to face it. Okay? All right. So she's leaving behind false perceptions to go into truth and clarity. So that's what this card brings in. Like I said earlier, it is a situation where some of you have been ignoring what you need to face. Sometimes it's hard, but eventually there is an intervention where it's fated and it's time to pay attention to the truth. Okay? That doesn't always mean the truth is he cheated on her, she said this, he said, it's not always about that. Sometimes it's your own perception that has to change. Sometimes it's a truth that there is an ending or it has ended. You just kept trying to prolong it, whatever it was. A residence where you needed to move from, a job, a relationship, whatever. Maybe you lost somebody who passed from this plane to the next and you haven't accepted it or let go of the pain. And so, interesting how this next card, it kind of goes with the painting that I chose today, which is the waterfall here. I'll see if I can move this out of the way if you can see a little bit of it. It's a waterfall. And this next card is the waterfall. So I know that Spirit was guiding me. It all is linked together. And this is sort of a sacred pool. That's how I see it. It's a sacred pool. And it is, the water keeps flowing from above. That is divine love, divine guidance, never-ending sustenance. But we have to do our part and open up to it, guys, okay? I'm going to do one last card, and then we're going to close this out. We are already 37 minutes in, and I'm just going to ask our guides on which deck. Okay, thank you. Usually I do a card from the Archangel Michael deck, but he was so present with us today, guys, that I think that isn't absolutely necessary today. Although I may end up doing that anyways, because I respect this powerful angel so much. Interesting how this card came through. Get over yourself. Okay? Now this sounds a bit harsh, but we're not in control of fate, guys. We're not. And it goes with this Delphi card, the Oracle Delphi card, where she's sort of like, I'm not paying attention because I don't want to deal with it. I want to stay in character. I don't want to be the real me right now. And so that's why Spirit is saying, get over yourself. It's time. It's time to accept the fate that is here for you. To bring in this beautiful metamorphosis for you. And that card comes from this deck. Okay? So with that, I am going to, in the spirit of tradition and respect for Archangel Michael, draw a card. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Draw a card from this deck. See? Detach. It's time to detach from all the old locked doors you can't get back into. So don't try. Detach. And he's saying, this is more like you're going to be assisted with this transition. So, because we're human, it's hard to detach sometimes. You can't just instantly detach from pain. It happens. So he's saying, we're here to help you. That's why I'm right here in front of you. To help you detach from the past. Because it's over. It's done. Put a fork in it. It's dark. Who wants to be in the dark when you can be in the light? Detach. It's coming. It's here. Have patience, have faith in Oh, looking at the bottom of this deck, I'm just going to, there you go. That to me says, trust in this. Trust in yourself. Trust in your divine creator. Trust in Archangel Michael to lead you and keep you safe. Okay? Trust that this future, whatever it holds, it only brings in something good, something better, something worthy of you. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for being here. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. Guys, all the work that you've done, the inner work. Take a moment to breathe and thank your Creator, thank your guides, and be one with this energy of transition, leaving behind the old and moving forward into something far better for you. Love and light to all of you, and have a very happy Thanksgiving. God bless you all.